So after the Christmas before last, I picked this guy up, who is the first chainsaw I've bought sight on scene I got on eBay, of all places. Not really any particular reason as to why I bought it on eBay, just always wanted to try the Dolmar, and I heard pretty good things about this little guy, which is a PS-421. As you can see, I really cleaned it up for this video. Mainly got it just as like a limbing saw or to do small cutting with and whatnot, sort of as a companion saw with my Johnsford 2171. And so I thought I'd show a little bit of a video of this and just how easy this thing is to start. It's almost laughable. And also just to go over a couple things as to what I like about it, dislike about it, and whatnot. Likes, I do like that it's got the little, just press down in order to shut off, and it comes right back into the start position. So you just choke, start, and then if you want to do off, then you can push it all the way down, sort of lock it into off. Also like the side mount chain tensioner. It also has a magnesium crankcase, so it's a little bit more rugged than your usual consumer grade saw, if you will. Not a whole lot more than that. It is a newer saw, so it does have the cal converter into the muffler, and also has the splined screw deals on the carb adjustments, so you have to get the special tool if you want to adjust those. Some things I not really too enamored with are that this cover, while it's fairly easy to get off by just undoing this deal and then that whole top pops off. If this loosens up, this screw deal here, I can show you, is also the only thing holding the air filter on. So if this were to loosen up, well, during the course of running the saw, the air filter couldn't possibly lift off the top of the carb, and thus possibly getting debris in there. I mean, you see it just pops right off, and there's quite a bit of shit right around the edge of that intake port, if you will. So that I'm not too terribly enamored with. But I just sort of, every time I fire this thing up, make sure that this screw deal is on there pretty tight. The other thing that's kind of a slight annoyance is that the trigger safety here doesn't have very much free play, I guess you could say, or it's got very tight tolerance to where you have to fully depress that in order for the trigger to actuate. Because if you have it down just like that, it's still locked. So a lot of times I'll find myself going to rev the thing up and sort of having that kind of thing going on, because I just sort of grab it up here versus, like, I don't know if they envisioned you grabbing it way back here and that way it would work, but I usually grab the handle up top and it's sort of like that. I don't know, it's kind of stupid, but just sort of a little bit of an ergonomic annoyance, if you will. Otherwise, I really like it. It's got decent power for the size it is. I mean, it's only roughly 42 cc's. I did throw a semi-chisel chain onto it just because the factory, or the stock full safety chain thing that it comes with was less than ideal, shall we say. It didn't really pull that hard. This digs in a lot better. So I guess enough of me blabbing. I'll slice into one of these slabs real quick. And first I'll show you how easy this thing is to start. It's ridiculous. I don't know if I haven't encountered a saw that starts this easy. So I'm not saying that this is the easiest to start saw in the world, but as we've got gymnastics going on over there. But certainly, in my opinion, a very easy to start saw. I guess you could say I'm starting it how you're supposed to start, since drop starting isn't how you're supposed to start a chainsaw, though that's how I start them every single time. But it's not as safe, so we'll do the whole stick the boot in the rear handle deal, which is also kind of key into what I'm going to show you here. Make sure chain brake's engaged, put her up to choke, give the primer bulb 3 squirts. Thing hasn't been started in about a month. It's currently about 40 degrees out Fahrenheit, so it's pretty warm out. But what I'm not gonna do is I'm not gonna really pull it over. I'm just gonna like that. In this next one, it should fire like so. Put down and. Now that didn't run very long, but watch. Hopefully I'll do it on video. Probably won't, but we'll see. I don't even. It's just baffling to me how easy this thing is to start. I mean, just. That's why I say this is gonna be the easiest to start chainsaw ever. So I'm going to take a couple passes on this slab right here, and yes, I know I'm not wearing umpteen layers of defensive protection for chainsaw cuts and whatnot, so don't try this at home. And yes, I know I'm a flaming idiot and gonna kill off my unborn offspring in 20 years and everybody else, but I think we'll all live. So yeah, that's through fairly old red oak, so it's a little bit hard and dense. Not exactly a powerhouse, but the chain might not be super sharp, although it looks pretty decent. It felt like it was pulling pretty well. So yeah, that's the my quick take on the Dolmar 421. Like I said, not a bad little saw, but once again, it is a little saw. It's not going to be taking down any redwoods anytime soon, but for what it is, I think it's pretty damn good. And certainly easy to start.